Rebecca. So, we already went over the privacy and confidentiality.
Yep.
You're happy with all of that? Everything's understandable?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay,
Yep.
perfect. Okay, so what's brought you in today?
Okay, so my mum, she's 83.
Mm-hmm.
She recently had a fall, broke a hip, and she's been in hospital.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, poor old thing.
Yeah.
So I've been speaking with her doctors,
Mhm.
and they've said that she's reached that point where it's no longer safe for her to live on her own
Okay.
in the home that I grew up in.
Yeah.
And that we need to look at either me bringing her home with me
Mm-hmm.
or putting her in an aged care facility.
Okay.
So I have a couple of weeks, so she's going to be in the hospital for a few more weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I really need to make that decision
Yeah.
of whether to bring her home or whether to put her in an aged care facility.
Yeah. Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that. That's a really stressful thing to go through.
It is.
Yeah,
It is. Yeah.
especially when it's someone so close to us. You know, our parents always have been the ones to look after us, and it gets a little bit scary when it's something that they've gone through. So I'm very sorry to hear that. But it's great that you've come in, because I've got some things to be able to go through with you to be able to sort of make things a little bit clearer and take some of the edge off when it comes to making that decision of what you want to do.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to give you some information, but I'm also going to take some notes if that's okay.
Yeah, that's
So
fine.
first off, I'm just going to jot down why you've come in today. So Mum's had a fall, she's broken her hip, she's in the hospital, you've gone and been talking with her doctors,
Yeah.
and they've let you know that there's a couple of options. She either has to come home with you or be moved into an aged care facility. Is that
That's
correct?
right, yeah.
Okay. Let me just write that down here. And that you're wanting some help on making that decision. All right. So I want to try something with you. I'm going to give you this information here. So there's 2 sheets here to have a look at. It's called the cycle of experience. So the cycle of experience is all about person progression. So it's determined on how you make contact with the environment around you. So with whatever is happening in your life, it's how you make contact with what's happening in your life at that particular time.
Yeah, okay.
So there's a wonderful example here on how this works.
Yeah.
And it's when we eat.
Right, yeah.
So when we feel like we need to eat, first we have the feeling our stomach starts grumbling, we go, oh, I'm feeling a bit hungry, we have the sensation, right?
Yes.
So we feel the sensation. So then after we feel that sensation, we go, oh, I'm hungry. So we're being aware of how we're feeling.
Yeah.
So then we move on to taking action. So we've got, oh, I feel hungry, our energy mobilizes, okay, I need to find food. So we take action and we go and find where our food source is. We go to the fridge, we grab some food.
Yeah.
We eat the food, so we're making that contact, eating the food, we're feeling satisfied because we've eaten our food, and then we have withdrawal of attention. So because now that we've eaten and we feel satisfied, that problem no longer requires our attention.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm going to use those same principles in how you're feeling at the moment and the troubles that you're having with making this decision.
Yes.
So we've got another sheet there if you want to have a look. It's just a diagram
Okay, yep, cool.
of basically how this works. So we've got a circle. We start at the top here with sensation and we work all the way around, making decisions as we go, making changes as we go, to get to the point of withdrawal of attention.
Right, okay.
So I'm going to start off with asking you some questions. So I want you to have a think about, so out of all of these things, Mum's had her fall, the doctors have given you all this information, you feel like sounds like you feel like there's 1,000,001 things that you need to decide on right now. What is the main focus that's pulling your attention right now when it comes to all of these things that you've been told?
I guess that decision is, I mean, I felt really like worried about Mum.
Yeah.
Really sad that we're at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But I think all those feelings are manageable. But the overwhelm of I have to make this decision, and what if I make the wrong decision?
Okay.
And what does it say about me as a daughter if, you know, I pick this way or if I pick that way? So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful.
So overwhelmed, very
Overwhelming.
overwhelmed
Okay.
and fearful, I guess.
Okay, so we've just covered sensation and awareness. So the sensation is you're feeling overwhelmed. You're feeling like everything's getting a bit on top of you. You know, this is something that's happened suddenly, and it's all feeling like it's a bit too much. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, and I guess by talking about it, I'm aware of why I'm feeling that way,
That's right.
which is,
Yes.
I guess,
You're acknowledging why you're feeling
like
that
it's
way.
a big decision.
Yeah. It's a very big decision.
And
it's not an easy one either. You know,
no.
this is, you're doing very well for someone who has to make this big decision, especially on their own. You know, so you're doing really well, and you need to know that you're doing very well. This is really, really good. Okay, so let's put our energy into this particular issue of I need to make this decision. So we won't worry about, for the moment, we won't worry about that Mum's had her fall. We won't worry about that the doctors are being a little bit too much and they're like, come on now, we're not going to worry about that. We're going to focus solely on the decision that needs to be made between these two options of bringing her home or putting her into an aged care facility.
Yeah.
So what things would need to change, or what things would need to change right now for you to feel more comfortable with making this decision?
Okay, that's a good question. So I guess I need to explore both options more. So I guess I have no idea about aged care facilities. I've never visited one. I don't know what they're like. So I guess I need more information about an aged care facility that she could even go to.
Perfect.
And then on the other hand, I haven't spoken to HR about whether I could reduce my hours.
Okay.
I haven't even approached them about that.
Okay.
So I guess, just talking to someone at work to see if that's even an option, because I mean, she doesn't need 24-hour around-the-clock care, but I would need that flexibility to, you know, go home at lunchtime and make sure that she's eating. And, So I could continue working, but I would need to reduce my hours and have that flexibility.
Okay.
So I don't know that that is necessarily a problem because I haven't even asked them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Wonderful. All right. So we've gone over what the problem is, and we've thought about some things. If they were to change, that would make the decision-making process a lot easier for you.
Yeah. I guess if I just had information, maybe. I don't know.
Okay. Perfect. All right. So let's move on to contact. So what things can we put in place today? What plans? I want to get some plans sorted out for you.
Yeah. Okay.
So I want you to have a think about what things can we do starting today. So once you leave here, what things can we do to aid in that decision-making process? So let's, first of all, think about Mum either coming home with you or going to an aged care facility. What things can we put in place
for each of those options?
For each of those options that can aid you in making that decision.
So I don't know if the aged care facilities, like if I could make a meeting with them maybe and just talk to someone.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's an option, but I guess that would make that more of a comfortable option to make if I could just, maybe they'd let me come in and have a look around. I don't know. I'm not sure if that's something people do.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. That's definitely something that people do.
Yeah.
Which I can help you with that if need be as well. I can get a bunch of information of different aged care facilities. We can make some appointments, and you can go there and they can give you a tour. They can walk you through. You can meet some of the clients, meet some of the workers, and get a real feel for how each place is and whether you feel like that would be suitable for your mum and whether you would be comfortable having your mother stay there. Okay. So that's a really, really good idea. Really good idea. Okay, so I'll write that down. And then let's also have a think about what you can do leaving here in terms of work. What is the first step that you can make?
So I'm on my lunch hour now. So I'm heading back in after this. I guess I could just get onto HR and organise a meeting. Like, they might even be able to talk to me today. I'm not sure, but yeah.
Perfect. All right. Contact HR and explain situation. Perfect. That's really, really good progress. How are you feeling now that we've got a couple of plans in place?
Yeah, that's definitely helped me sort of get it out of my head and onto something that's actually practical.
It sort of simplifies things a bit more. And that's the great thing about this process is now we're at the satisfaction point. You're feeling almost like a sigh of relief that now there is something in place, a plan that you can follow, that you've come up with yourself of, okay, these are the steps that I'm going to take to be able to make the decision that I need to make.
Yeah. If I can get all that done today or tomorrow, I'm going to feel so much better.
That's right. You know, these methods really help in simplifying things and sort of putting everything into perspective, because it can get very, very overwhelming. And the fact that you've come in and said, okay, I need some help with this, please help me, that's really, really good. You know, it's too easy for us as humans to get too overwhelmed and then we just sit. But, you know, you've taken control. You've gone, I need that help. Please help me. So that's really good. And you need to be really proud of yourself for that, because that's a difficult thing to do. So that's really, really good progress. Okay. All right. So from here, I've gotten this information written down. I've got your email and phone details. What I'm going to do is, after you leave here, I'll let you take care of HR, go back to work, have a talk to them. Even if it's not today, even if it's over the next couple of days, have a talk to them and see how that goes. And, you know, if they can sort something out there, then that's absolutely fantastic. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to help you. I'm going to put together a list of local aged care facilities with their phone numbers and their emails, and I'll email that to you so that you can go ahead and give them a ring, have a look at the websites, email them, organise some appointments with them and things like that to get some tours done.
Yeah, that'd be great, yeah.
And then that should make that decision-making process a lot easier for you when you've got all of the information out in front of you.
Yeah, definitely.
How does that sound? Does that sound helpful?
Yeah, that's really helpful. Thank you.
Okay, not a problem. All right, well, if you need anything else, don't hesitate to contact us. And, you know, let me know how you go.
All right. Thank you very much, Emma.
Thank you for coming in.